Yeah. Good evening, students. We are back with FMLVC live virtual classes. In our previous session, we started with dividend decisions. So before starting today's session, just a quick insight about what we have done in our previous class. We understood the meaning of dividend. It is nothing but distribution of surplus. Under this chapter, हमें डिसीजन लेना है कि वेदर कंपनी शुड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट द डिविडेंड और नॉट एंड इफ यस देन व्हाट शुड बी द ऑप्टिमम डिविडेंड पॉलिसी। ठीक है। फिर लास्ट सेशन में हमने कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ वैल्यूएशन सीखा। वैल्यूएशन वाज नथिंग बट फाइंडिंग द ट्रू वर्थ, फाइंडिंग द फेयर वैल्यू, इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू ऑफ शेयर। And I told you there are n number of models, n number of techniques to find value of a share or any security. But one of those techniques is dividend discount model. ठीक है? So one of the valuation model technique considers dividend as its base. ठीक है? So dividend discount model में हमने क्या देखा? We learned that value of share today is nothing but present value of all future dividends discounted at K। ठीक है सर, हम ये वैल्यूएशन की प्रोसेस क्यों करते हैं? वैल्यूएशन इज फॉर डिसीजन मेकिंग। वंस वी फाइंड द वर्थ, आफ्टर दैट वी कैन डिसाइड वेदर टू बाय और नॉट। ठीक है, कोई भी प्रोडक्ट की पहले हमें वर्थ जाननी पड़ती है, फिर हम उसको एक्चुअल प्राइस के साथ कंपेयर करते हैं, फिर डिसाइड करते हैं कि ये खरीदना है कि नहीं। Followed. So under dividend discount model, we saw that value of share today is nothing but present value of all future dividends. ठीक है? Now what could be the best guess of the dividends? So we came to the three sub parts of dividend discount model. फर्स्ट बेस्ट गेस कि लास्ट ईयर जो डिविडेंड था, आने वाले सालों में भी वही डिविडेंड कंटिन्यू रहेगा। सो कहने से दिस इज नथिंग बट जीरो ग्रोथ इन डिविडेंड अप्रोच और कांस्टेंट डिविडेंड अप्रोच। ठीक है, एंड बेस्ड ऑन दिस वी सॉ द फॉर्मूला इज डी अपॉन के। ठीक है, यूजिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सम टू इनफाइनाइट सीरीज ऑफ ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन। फिर हमने ये देखा यार, this is little impractical. Why? Because as an investor we would want growth in our earnings. हम जो कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, उस कंपनी से जो हमें डिविडेंड्स मिल रहा है, उसमें हम ग्रोथ एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं। सो आवर नेक्स्ट मॉडल कम्स कांस्टेंट ग्रोथ मॉडल। मींस डिविडेंड विल ग्रो एट एवरी ईयर बट एट अ कांस्टेंट रेट, at a steady rate, at a stable rate. ठीक है, and this constant growth model is also called as Gordon's model. Gordon's model की formula is nothing but price or the worth of share today, P0 is equal to D1 upon KE minus G. But this Gordon's model and constant dividend model की formula works only when its assumptions hold true. If any of the assumptions fail, तो फॉर्मूला काम नहीं करेगी। तो उस केस में सर हमें क्या करना है? उस केस में हमें लॉजिक डिस्काउंटिंग करते रहना है। ठीक है, लास्ट बट नॉट द लिस्ट, अंडर डिविडेंड डिस्काउंट मॉडल वी सॉ वेरिएबल प्लस कांस्टेंट अप्रोच। मींस फॉर द फ्यू इयर्स इनिशियली डिविडेंड विल ग्रो एट अ वेरिएबल रेट, not at a stable rate but at a variable rate, and after few years it will grow at a constant rate. तो उस केस में सर हम वैल्यू कैसे ढूंढते हैं? सो फॉर द इयर्स for which dividend is growing at variable rate, you discount as per the normal logic, and from the year from which the growth rate is constant, वहां से आप गॉर्डन्स फॉर्मूला अप्लाई करो। फॉलो। सो वेरिएबल प्लस कांस्टेंट इज कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ नॉर्मल डिस्काउंटिंग का लॉजिक प्लस गॉर्डन्स अप्रोच। ठीक है, सो दिस वाज डिविडेंड डिस्काउंट मॉडल। देन हमने देखा कि इस चैप्टर में देयर आर टू टीम्स, कुछ लड़ाई हो रही है। वन ऑफ द टीम इज सेइंग दैट डिविडेंड पॉलिसी ऑफ द कंपनी अफेक्ट्स द शेयर प्राइस ऑफ द कंपनी। वन टीम is saying कि dividend decision of the company एंड शेयर प्राइस ऑफ द कंपनी आर बोथ इररेलेवेंट, दोनों अलग फैक्टर्स है, दोनों को एक दूसरे के साथ कोई लेना देना नहीं है, ठीक है। सो जो यस टीम में है और जो रेलेवेंस टीम में है, इट इज वॉल्टर एंड गॉर्डन्स, एंड द इररेलेवेंस टीम, यस, टू टीम्स के बीच मैच हो रही है, एंड द इररेलेवेंस थियरी और नो टीम में है मॉडी गिलानी मिलर अप्रोच। नाउ वॉल्टर, so we then started with Walter's model. Initially, I tried to explain you how he would have derived his formula. So Walter's model की formula is price of the share today, that is fair value, intrinsic value of the share today should be D upon KE plus E minus D into ROI upon KE the whole upon KE, ठीक है। into ROI upon KE क्यों किया उसका भी लॉजिक मैंने आपको समझाया था। Walter's model is also called as all or nothing approach. Are you following? Either you distribute dividend entirely or you don't distribute dividend at all, ठीक है। Why? Because he says if ROI is greater than KE, यानी कि कंपनी की अर्निंग कैपेसिटी ज्यादा है, देन व्हाट वुड शेयर होल्डर अर्न in individually, so it is better to retain everything and distribute nothing. So in that case, share value or the wealth of the shareholder would be maximum when dividend is zero. And on the contrary, if ROI is less than K, it means shareholders individually अच्छा कमा सकते हैं rather than keeping or investing the money with company. So it is better to distribute entirely so that they can earn more, because our ultimate objective is to maximize the wealth of the shareholder, ठीक है। सो इन दैट केस डिस्ट्रीब्यूट एवरीथिंग। फिर गॉर्डन्स मॉडल तो हमने डिविडेंड डिस्काउंट मॉडल में ही देख लिया था, ठीक है। सो इन आवर प्रीवियस सेशन आई गेस वी कंप्लीटेड टिल हियर। एनी डाउट्स इन प्रीवियस सेशन? आई होप एवरीवन अंडरस्टूड क्या चला था लास्ट क्लास में। आगे बढ़े। Asta, can you just, for investment decision, I cannot give some time or for investment decision right now, क्योंकि फिर मेरा ये डिविडेंड डिसीजन नहीं रहे, नहीं कंप्लीट हो पाएगा। सो इट इज बेटर यू क्वेरी योर ईमेल, यू सेंड ईमेल फॉर योर क्वेरी टू BOS एंड वी विल रिप्लाई टू यू, ठीक है। बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट द टाइम टू solve queries for investment decision. We have very limited and restricted time, so within that we have to complete many concepts. Yes, at the end of the session I will share BOS ka email ID. Okay, so moving forward today, first of all we will start with no side irrelevance theory. Irrelevance theory. What is the objective of this? Objective is very simple. That, hello. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Now visible. Can you see the screen now? Okay. Thank you. So irrelevance theory. Irrelevance theory का एक ही objective है, that dividend policy of the company does not affect the market price of company. Not just that, Modigliani-Miller went one step ahead. They say कि डिविडेंड पॉलिसी कंपनी की कुछ भी होने दो, वैल्यू ऑफ द ओवरऑल कंपनी will also not change. So he is having two opinions. कि डिविडेंड पॉलिसी कुछ भी होने दो, दैट इज 10% डिविडेंड दो, 0% दो, 100% दो, इट हैज नथिंग टू डू विथ मार्केट प्राइस. आर यू गेटिंग दिस? Or in fact, in other words, market price has nothing to do with dividend. Market price has just to do with earnings. Are you getting this? See, earnings के दो हिस्से हैं. One is either you pay out the dividend, and one is you retain. ठीक है? So Modigliani-Miller focuses on this. कि market price is dependent on earnings per share. It has nothing to do with what is the dividend or what is the retained earnings. Are you following? So whatever may be your dividend payout ratio, your market price per share will not change. Be it 20% dividend, be it 40% payout, be it 65% payout, be it 100% payout, whatever it may be, it will not change the market price. And in turn, if market price is not changed, can I say wealth of shareholder will not remain constant? Wealth of shareholder will also not change. Are you following? Because market price as per MM, this is irrelevance theory by MM. It has nothing to do with this. Market price is based on EPS. ठीक है? फिर ईपीएस का आप डिविडेंड दे रहे हो, उसका क्या कर रहे हो, उससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है. कंपनी ने एक बार ईपीएस अर्न कर लिया, इट विल इफेक्ट द मार्केट प्राइस. अंडरस्टूड? अ वेरी सिंपल लॉजिक that supports his base. I think you will also agree. See, this is the balance sheet of company. This is company का account. Can I say company के balance sheet में या bank account होगा, and it will have some balance? Yes or no? Now can I say this bank account, ultimately ये bank account के owner कौन होंगे? Can I say the ultimate owners of this bank account would be different equity shareholders? Yes or no? Are you following? So let's say there are 5 shareholders who are the equity shareholders of the company, and company has a bank account with some XYZ balance. Can I say this bank account is jointly owned? Let's say their share is equal by this group of 5 people. Yes or no? Now what is dividend actually? Factually dividend क्या है? Can I say it is nothing but transfer of some money from company's bank account to individual bank account? Yes or no? Are you following, students? So MM is saying that dividend is just a mere transfer of money from one bank account which is owned by the same individuals. Are you following? To their individual bank account. It's something like this. Let's say you have 2 bank accounts, one with ICAI, one with HDFC. So if you transfer your money from ICAI to HDFC, क्या आपकी wealth बढ़ गई क्या? Just a mere transfer of money from ICICI to HDFC. Will your wealth increase? It will remain constant, right? It will not change. Are you following? So this is the logic that MM supported. कि यार बैंक अकाउंट ऑफ द कंपनी, उसके भी ओनर आप हो, इंडिविजुअल बैंक अकाउंट के ओनर भी आप हो, तो डिविडेंड क्या है? डिविडेंड फैक्चुअली इज नथिंग बट मियर ट्रांसफर ऑफ मनी. Mere transfer of money from company's bank account to individual bank account. So in that case, you cannot say that wealth of shareholder is increased. वो सिर्फ transfer हुआ है. Are you following? So this is what MM supports. In Gordon's model, how to take decision with growth. आज आएगा, हम इलस्ट्रेशन करेंगे ना, उसमें आपको पता चल जाएगा. हाउ टू टेक डिसीजन विद ग्रोथ. वी विल कंपेयर कि जब रिटेंशन रेशियो इज एक्स एंड रिटेंशन रेशियो चेंजेस टू वाई, so what is the effect on share price? We will see that. But first of all, did you understood this, the logic that MM have supported? So yeah, he is valid in his own terms. ठीक है? So this is all about MM approach. So just like Walter gave his formula, Gordon also gave his formula. So MM felt left out. उसको inferior complex हो गया. So he also gave his own formula of P0. P0 means what is the worth of the share today. So he felt little inferior कि यार सब formula दे रहे मैं क्यों नहीं दे रहा हूँ. So he also gave his formula. The formula is P1 plus D1 upon 1 plus KE. This is the formula as per MM approach. Followed everyone. उसने भी एक formula दी. See अगर एकदम simple logic in broad term देखे, can I say this denominator is nothing but 1 plus KE raised to 1? मतलब कि डिस्काउंटिंग हो रहा है कुछ तो. यस और नो? तो डिस्काउंटिंग क्या हो रहा है? The expected price at the end of year one and the expected dividend in the current year. Are you following? So if I invest in share today, so my investment price would be this. तो आने वाले एक साल में ये P0 से P1 होगा. So can I say अगर if I sell at the end of year one, I would receive this P1, and during there if I receive any dividend, तो can I say मेरे कैश फ्लोस देखे तो दो कैश फ्लोस हो गए. One is P1 if I sell at the end of year one, and one is dividend, expected dividend in the coming year. So MM says कि future is very uncertain. There is hell lot of uncertainty in future. इनफैक्ट हमारे लाइफ में भी देखे तो आने वाले 5 मिनट में क्या होगा वी डोंट नो. आर यू गेटिंग दिस? एनीथिंग कैन हैपन विद अस. सो एमएम सेज डोंट थिंक अबाउट वेरी लॉन्ग फ्यूचर. जस्ट सी आने वाले एक साल में आपके साथ क्या हो सकता है. सो कैन आई से दिस प्राइस कैन बिकम P1. So if you sell at the end of year one, you will get this amount as a cash inflow. And during there, if you receive any dividend, that would also be added as a cash flows. You just discount those cash flows. Are you following? That would be the expected price today. Followed? So don't go long or don't think much about the future. आने वाले एक साल में क्या possibility है उसको ध्यान में रखो, उसको discount करो. That is your worth today. Followed everyone. So this is this is MM की formula. P0 is equal to P1 plus D1 upon 1 plus KE raised to 1. Raised to 1 means it is discounting factor for the first year. Followed students? Any doubts, any concerns, any queries? क्लियर? सो सी कोई भी थियरी होती है ना, थियरी मींस इट इज विद इन द क्लासरूम, इट इज विद इन द सिलेबस एंड एकेडमिक्स. प्रैक्टिकल इंप्लीकेशन उसका उतना नहीं होता. अगर प्रैक्टिकल इंप्लीकेशन होता तो वो थियरी नहीं होती. फॉलोड? सो व्हेनेवर थियरी इज गिवन बाय एनी स्कॉलर्स, इट इज ऑलवेज बैक्ड बाय सर्टेन अजम्पशंस. वो अजम्पशंस को ध्यान में रख के, वो अजम्पशंस को लेके ही कोई थियरी बनती है या थीसिस बनता है. फॉलोड? सो एमएम की थियरी के भी कुछ assumptions है. I will just quickly note down that. First assumption, there is market called perfect market. परफेक्ट मार्केट मींस सबके पास, इस दुनिया में जितने भी लोग हैं सबके पास मार्केट रिलेटेड सब इंफॉर्मेशन है, एंड ऑल ऑफ देम आर रैशनल इन्वेस्टर. ठीक है? सबके पास सब इंफॉर्मेशन है. इस मार्केट में जो भी चीज चल रही है रिलेटेड टू सिक्योरिटी, रिलेटेड टू शेयर्स, सबके पास सारी इंफॉर्मेशन है. ठीक है? सेकेंड, वी आर इन अ यूनिवर्स वेयर देयर इज नो टैक्सेशन. ठीक है? So we are living in some imaginary universe where there is no concept of taxation. Followed? So these are some of the key assumptions that MM theory has given. Number three, capital structure of company only consists of own funds. Own funds means कुछ borrowing नहीं है. There is no debt. Are you following? Entire amount or entire investment that you need for business is funded by owners' funds. Followed? So these are some of the assumptions that MM has used to back his theory. But it is not that much relevant. But ठीक है, they can ask in theory, so I have noted that them down. Second, last but not the least, uncertainty in the future. If you see, उसका कैलकुलेशन सिर्फ आने वाले एक साल का ही है. आने वाले एक साल में क्या हो सकता है उसको ही ध्यान में रख के उसने फॉर्मूला बनाई है. आगे का इट इज टोटली अनसर्टन. Anything can happen. This is what MM is trying to say. But MM is always on the no side. He loves to be on the negative side. Even in capital structure theories, you would have seen that MM was on no side, irrelevance theory. That capital structure, any changes in capital structure will have no effect on cost of capital. This is what he said, or they said, in fact. They were the team of 2%. Okay. So with this background of MM theory, let's solve some illustrations. Let's solve some problems for MM theory. हाँ, दुबई में भी अब थोड़ा थोड़ा टैक्स आने लगा है. They are trying to say about tax haven countries. Means entire universe is tax haven. Dubai mein there is VAT now. They are also planning to bring corporation tax. So this is the formula of MM. P1 plus D1. P1 plus D1 upon 1 plus K. ठीक है? Illustration number 1. AB Engineering Limited belongs to a risk class for which the capitalization rate is 10%. Ideally, the capitalization rate is nothing but your cost of capital. KO होता है, WACC होता है. But I told you, in this theory, we have to assume that entire funding is from owner's fund, from equity, in fact. ठीक है? So when I say K0 will be KE. Understood? So here the capitalization rate is KE. It currently has outstanding 10,000 shares selling at 100. The firm is contemplating the declaration of dividend of rupees 5 per share at the end of the current financial year. It expects to have a net income of 1 lakh and has a proposal for making new investment of 2 lakh. Okay? Calculate the value of the firm when dividends are paid, when dividends are not paid. Okay. So first of all, please open illustration number 1, everyone. And first of all, just let us note the facts that are given in the question. And we will also see कि question में पूछा क्या है. Capitalization rate is 10%. KE is 10%. Currently, it has currently 10,000 shares outstanding, selling at 100 each. Means number of equity shares, noise. Existing माने current. Currently, company has number of equity shares of 10,000. The current market price is 100. So can I say it is nothing but price today? Yes or no? P0 is 100. The firm is contemplating. A contemplating means it is expecting to declare a dividend. Future की बात कर रहे हैं. It is expecting to declare a dividend of 5 per share at the end of current financial year. Can I say this is D1? Expected dividend in the coming year, in the first year, rupees 5. It expects to have a net income of 1 lakh and has a proposal of making new investment of rupees 2 lakh. Okay. So see students, just for your explanation, tell me, I'm asking you something and you have to answer it. हमने साल यहाँ पे शुरू किया year 0. I have started my year at this point. ठीक है? At this point, I am having equity shares 10,000 shares in numbers and the current market price is 100. ठीक है? अब आने वाले साल में मेरी इनकम I am expected to earn rupees 1 lakh in the form of income, net profit, income नहीं लिखता, net profit लिखता हूं, ठीक है? I am expecting 1 lakh का profit. Apart from that, I am also planning to incur capital expenditure of 2 lakhs. Investment of 2 lakh means not in gold and not in real estate. ऐसा नहीं, business investment की बात कर रहे हैं, business में investment की. So this is the facts that are given in the question, and they are asking you calculate the value of firm. Are you following? When dividend is paid means अगर मान लो हमने ये expected dividend pay किया है, and scenario 2 when this is not paid. Followed everyone? पहले question समझ रहा है? What is asked? They are asking to calculate the value of the firm, not P0. P0 तो मिल गया है. They are asking to calculate value of the company if this 5 rupees is paid in the coming year or if it is not paid. Two scenarios. Followed? Yes. तो पहले कौन सा सिनेरियो लेना है? Scenario number 1. Let's take no dividend. Okay. Let's take when no dividend is paid. ठीक है? So can I say as per MM? First step, you write the formula. Price of the share today is nothing but P1 plus D1 upon 1 plus KE. So price of the share, ये 100 कैसे आया होगा? Can I say formula apply करके आया होगा? Is P1 given in the question? No, it is not given. We have to find that. Dividend is not paid. So can I say D1 would be 0 in that case? We have taken scenario 1 when no dividend is paid. मतलब वो 5 रुपया डिविडेंड हमने दिया नहीं है. So D1 is equal to 0. 1 plus KE. KE rate is how much? KE is 10. So can I say my P1 comes to rupees 110? Yes or no? Everyone, yes or no? So this is price at the end of coming year. Okay. So देखो आने वाले साल में अब क्या होगा देखना. Very important. I need investment amount of how much? मुझे कितना कैपिटल चाहिए in the coming year for capex? Tell me कितना चाहिए? Just see this line. 2 lakhs, correct? So I need funding of 2 lakhs. Can I say 2 lakh में से I already have 1 lakh of my net profit? Yes or no? Are you getting this? Or you can say amount available for investment. Amount available for investment. ठीक है. So from this, for this 2 lakh, for arranging this 2 lakh, I already have 1 lakh in the form of profit. So can I say this is 1 lakh is the balance fund that I need? Balance funds that I need? Yes or no? And can I say I will not borrow? MM says you have to bring these funds through raising or through issuing equity shares, correct? So can I say this is balance funds to be raised through equity? Yes or no? ये सब एट द एंड ऑफ ईयर वन की बात कर रहा है, ये सब इस पॉइंट पे है, यहाँ पे है. सो कैन आई से आई हैव टू रेज 1 लाख ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स, एंड उस दिन एट द एंड ऑफ ईयर वन माय प्राइस is expected to be 110. So can I say I would be raising this 1 lakh at 110? Are you following, students? Are you getting this? Everyone? Price at the end of year one. Can I say it is expected to be 110? So how much number of equity shares I need to issue? Number of equity shares new issue. मुझे 1 लाख का फंडिंग चाहिए, एक शेयर में 110 रुपए में देने वाला हूं. तो हाउ मच न्यू इक्विटी शेयर्स आई विल बी इशूइंग? 909.09 shares. Yes or no? 909.09 shares. कैसे आया? तो ये 1 लाख डिवाइड बाय 110 रुपया. फॉलोड एवरीवन? आर यू गेटिंग दिस, स्टूडेंट्स? इसमें कोई डाउट है? Clear? So now see, this is year 0. I started my year and I ended my year. I started my year with 10,000 shares and the price was 100. So can I say my total market value of the firm would be how much? Can I say 1 lakh? Yes or no? This is starting point. Value of the firm at the start, and this is end. Start the race, end the race. रेस जब स्टार्ट करी मैंने तब मेरे पास 10,000 शेयर्स थे. they were worth 100 each. So my market value, my value of the firm was 1 lakh. जब रेस के एंड पे पहुंचा तो मैं क्या देखता हूं? ये 10,000 के 10,909.09 शेयर्स हो गए. सर ये 909 कहां से नया है? कैन आई से दिस न्यू इश्यू शेयर्स विल आल्सो बी एडेड टू द एग्जिस्टिंग एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर? Yes or no? And at the end of the year, the market price is expected to be 110. So how much is the value of the firm at the end? Tell me. P0, P1. कितना आ रहा है? You can round it off, कोई बात नहीं. 12 lakhs. Everyone got this 12 lakhs? Okay. So 12 lakhs. Follow till here, students. So this would be the situation when no dividend is paid. Scenario 1 clear, everyone? Scenario 1, everyone clear? So scenario 1 में when no dividend is paid, my ultimate value of the firm is how much? Is 12 lakhs. Value of the company is 12 lakhs. Any doubts, any queries in scenario 1? कैसे किया पूरा मेथड समझा आपको? So I took the investment amount. भाई मुझे कितना इन्वेस्टमेंट अमाउंट रिक्वायर्ड है? 2 लाख. ओ 2 लाख है तो मेरे पास 1 लाख तो सरप्लस पड़ा है, तो लेट मी यूज दैट. सो बैलेंस मुझे बाहर से कितना रेस करना है? थ्रू इक्विटी. सो पता चला कि बैलेंस मुझे बाहर से 1 लाख रेस करने की जरूरत है. So 1 lakh, okay, I need 1 lakh. At what price I would be issuing? At 110. Oh, okay. So I need to issue new 909.09 shares. Clear? So let's move to scenario 2. When dividend of rupees 5 per share is paid. ठीक है. So again, as per model, price of the share today is nothing but P1 plus D1 upon 1 plus KE. 100 is nothing but I don't know P1, but now I know D1 is not 0. Now I'm paying the dividend of 5. Are you getting this? And my KE is 1.1. So can I say my P1 comes to rupees 105? Everyone getting it? Okay. Moving ahead. P1 means price. Expected price at the end of year 1 is 105. ठीक है. अब क्या हो रहा है मेरे साथ? Just a second, I will just add a few slides. Okay. So now see what is happening. I need investment of rupees. How much? 2 lakhs again. 2 लाख कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर करना है तो पैसे लगेंगे. So 2 lakh less amount available for investment में माइनस करूंगा. How much is the amount available for investment? Can you all tell me? कितना है? 50K. 50K. 50K कैसे आया सबका? How did you guess it right? 50, yeah. Now amount available for investment is not 1 lakh. ये कहने से 1 lakh is net profit. ये उसमें से पहले डिविडेंड भरना है. Following students. So amount available for investment is net profit of 1 lakh less dividend paid. Are you following? Dividend paid is 10,000 into 5. 50,000. So amount available for investment is only 50,000 left for me. Followed students. तो कहना है ऐसे अब मुझे रेस 1 लाख नहीं, अब मुझे इक्विटी से रेस 1.5 लाख करना है. बैलेंस टू बी रेस्ड थ्रू इक्विटी शेयर्स. थ्रू इक्विटी शेयर्स. ठीक है. 1,50,000. So I need funds, additional funds of 1,50,000, and now I'm deciding I will raise through equity shares, and मेरा एक equity share का price would be 105 रुपया. So can you all tell me the number of shares to be issued? Number of equity shares to be issued. ये नए वाले हैं. New shares. Number of new equity shares to be issued. So can I say it is nothing but कितना आ रहा है? 1428.57. 1428.57. How did this come? 1.5 lakh divided by 105. Followed everyone? Understood? So again, let's prepare the timeline. This is start end. We started our race with 10,000 shares. Yes or no? Price was 100 P0. So my market value of the firm at the start was 1 lakh. Any doubts, any clarity, any confusion over here? 1 lakh 50,000 shares. 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 1 lakh 50, स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट तो सेम रहेगा दोनों सिनेरियो में, एंडिंग पॉइंट में देखो क्या हो गया. नाउ माय शेयर इज नॉट 10,000, नाउ इट इज 11,428.57 शेयर्स. फॉलोइंग. रेस को एंड तक पहुंचते पहुंचते 10,000 के 11,428.5 शेयर्स हो गए. आई स्टार्टेड विद द मार्केट प्राइस ऑफ 100. अंत तक पहुंचते पहुंचते ये 105 हो गया. So can you all tell me what is the value of the firm at the end? 12 lakhs. So आपने कुछ नोटिस किया? 12 lakhs is the value of the firm when dividend is paid. 12 lakhs is the value of the firm when dividend is not paid. So can I say MM proved his point कि dividend दो या ना दो, not just the wealth of the shareholder but value of the firm will remain same. Understood? This is what, sir, शेयर होल्डर्स की वेल्थ कैसे चेंज नहीं हुई सर, वो समझाओ हमें. मैम तो सेड टू टू थिंग्स ना, वन इज वैल्यू ऑफ द फर्म विल रिमेन सेम, वो हमने समझ लिया. बट सर शेयर होल्डर्स की वेल्थ चेंज नहीं हो रही है, वो भी हमें समझा दो, सो दैट वी आर crystal clear with everything. Okay, so let me explain you. When dividend not paid, when डिविडेंड पेड, ठीक है. लेट्स से ये 10,000 शेयर्स जो है ना वो सारे आपके हैं. सो कैन आई से 10,000 शेयर्स यू आर द ओनर. एट द स्टार्ट योर प्राइस वाज 100, करेक्ट, एंड एट द एंड ये P1 हो गया 110. सो कैन आई से देयर इज अ गेन ऑफ ₹10 टू यू. यस और नो? आपने कितना कमाया? गेन हुआ 10 रुपए का. ओके, व्हेन डिविडेंड इज पेड P0 was 100, a starting point will remain same. P1 is 105. ओ सर गेन तो 5 रुपया ही हो रहा है, कहाँ सेम हो रही है? वेल्थ तो चेंज हो रही है. बट कैन आई से apart from this gain of ₹5 you also receive dividend of ₹5? Yes or no? गेन तो हुआ in the form of appreciation in the price, but dividend भी मिला. So ultimately your wealth, your gain remains same. Followed? So dividend दे दो कि ना दो, wealth of the shareholder will not change. अच्छा, not just the wealth of the shareholder, value of the firm will also not change. Followed? Everyone? Any doubts, any queries? MM theory में crystal clear? कोई confusion है किसी को? So with this illustration, MM tried to prove both his points. Understood? In our module, there are two ways to calculate value of the firm. One is this that I have showed you. That is value of the firm at the end. ठीक है? 12 lakh, 12 lakh. But module, in some of the questions, they solve by this method. Means अभी मैंने जो आपको explain किया वो method. But in some of the questions, they discount this as well. Are you following this? Discount माने what do they do? See here, what do? They prepare cash flows. Cash flows in the form of market value at the end of year one. See, let me explain you. पूरे साल में क्या क्या हादसे होने वाले हैं in the coming year? Can I say one is I would be investing ₹2 lakh, investment of ₹2 lakh. So can I say this is an outflow? Yes or no? then you will earn profit, net profit, rupees 1 lakh. This is an inflow, and market value of firm at the end of year one will also be considered as an inflow. Okay? So this is 1 lakh and this was around 12 lakhs. Market value is nothing but what would be the worth of your firm at the end of year one. This is an inflow. So institute used this method as well. Value of the firm is nothing but 12 lakh plus 1 lakh less 2 lakh upon 1 plus k. करो कितना आ रहा है? करो कितना आ रहा है? This is nothing but discounting all the cash flows that would have happened at the end of year one. 10 lakh. Hey, this is not 1 lakh. 10,000 into 100 is 10 lakh. ठीक है? And यहाँ पे भी 10,000 into 100 is 10 lakhs. So देखो क्या आया value of the firm? Can I say we have discounted the cash flows at the end of year one? Yes or no? So ये present value होनी चाहिए. Today present value of the firm. Are you understanding? So can I say it is nothing but this 10 lakhs? Are you following? तो simply भी आ जाता 10,000 into 100. Nothing to do with complexities. ठीक है? So आप एक और फॉर्मूला देखोगे ना, ये वाली फॉर्मूला. Can you see this? Sorry, not this, but ultimately जो आ रही है ना वो, this one. ये दिख रही है, ये दिखने में कितनी कॉम्प्लेक्स लग रही है? Yes or no? But this is nothing but this thing. Discounting. In short, it is nothing but डिस्काउंटिंग आने वाले साल में क्या क्या होने वाला है. फॉलोड. तो वो तो सिंपल हमें मिल गया था 10,000 into 100, बट some complexity is involved in that. Means complexity not, but it is like unnecessary complexity. Are you following? So आप यहाँ से भी ऐसे भी कर सकते हो. It is nothing but value of the firm today. This is value of the firm today. And this is value of the firm at the end of year one. Means we have one. Followed? Everyone. So ये 10 लाख कैसे आया? तो उसकी एक फॉर्मूला डिवाइस करी. So you can use any method is okay, क्योंकि institute has accepted both the methods. In one of the question they have solved taking this. In one or two questions they have solved taking this. So that only means it has accepted both the methods. Are you following? Understood? At the end ये value of the firm आपका same आना चाहिए. Any doubts, any questions? आगे बढ़े life में. And again, this is not my created method. This is MM का method. So due credit should be given to him. Okay, I feel there is no doubts. We can proceed further. Let's see if there are questions on MM or not. Okay. Illustration number 8. RST Limited has capital of 10 lakh in equity shares of 100 each. तो बोलो नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स कितने? कैन आई से 10,000 शेयर्स? The shares are currently quoted at par. So currently the market price or the market price today is 100. The company proposes to declare a dividend of 10 per share at the end of current financial year. So when I say this is nothing but D1, capitalization rate is 12%. So K is 12%. Compute the market price of the share at the end of the year. Means can I say they are asking to calculate P1 if dividend is declared and if dividend is not declared. तो सिर्फ just read till here and let's solve. नीचे वाला paragraph we will deal later. Illustration number 8. ठीक है? So case 1 is when dividend is not declared and they have told us to use MM model. So as per MM model, P0 is equal to P1 plus D1 upon 1 plus KE. ठीक है? Scenario 1 is dividend is not declared. Dividend is not declared. So when I say P0, 100 is equal to P1 plus 0 upon 1.12. So therefore price, expected market price at the end of year 1 would be 112 रुपया. ठीक है? Number 2, when dividends are declared. So again, 100 is equal to P1. How much is the dividend amount? It is 10 per share. 10. 1.12. So which comes to 102. Therefore, P1 is equal to 102. So first part of the question done, very simple. Second क्या पूछा है? Assuming that the company pays the dividend. Now they are saying कि let's assume scenario 2. ठीक है, कंपनी ने डिविडेंड पे कर दिया and has a net profit of 5 lakh and makes new investment of 10 lakh during the period. Calculate number of new shares to be issued. So we have to find number of new equity shares to be issued, yes or no? It means they are asking you this figure. हमने जो illustration 5 या ऊपर किया था, they are asking you this number of new shares to be issued. ठीक है? So again, first let's see how much is the investment required. So part 2, this was part 1 of the solution. Point number A. Point B, calculation of new equity shares to be issued. But scenario is when dividend is declared. They have specifically said about this. When dividend is declared. How much is the investment amount required? Investment rupees. Investment is rupees 10 lakhs. तो ये इन्वेस्टमेंट को पूरा करने के लिए मेरे पास सरप्लस है, नेट प्रॉफिट है 5 lakhs. But I will not be able to use entire 5 lakhs. Are you getting this? 5 lakhs से मैं अब डिविडेंड पे करूंगा ना पहले. So less amount available for investment. Now see how I solve this. Earlier illustration was for explaining the concept. This illustration is to show you how to present it in examination. ठीक है? So amount available for investment we will solve through a working note. Working note 1. ओके, एंड यहाँ पे हम वर्किंग नोट 1 बनाएंगे, कैलकुलेशन ऑफ अमाउंट अवेलेबल फॉर इन्वेस्टमेंट. ओके, सो नेट प्रॉफिट 5 lakhs less dividend paid. Number of shares is 10,000 and dividend is 10. So 10,000 shares into rupees 10 each. 1 lakh. So can I say amount available for investment purpose is 4 lakh only? Yes or no? So working note 1 is ready. यहाँ से हम 4 lakh minus करेंगे. So when I say this is nothing but balance to be raised through equity. Balance to be raised through इक्विटी शेयर्स 6 लाख. ठीक है, अब ये 6 लाख मैं कौन से प्राइस पे इशू करूंगा? टेल मी. 112 की 102? क्या लग रहा है, कौन सा प्राइस लेना है? वी हैव टू प्राइस ना एट द एंड ऑफ ईयर 1. ये 102 है, दिस इज 102. 102, yes, because we are under the scenario dividends declared. तो अगर डिविडेंड्स डिक्लेयर किया होगा तो व्हाट वुड बी माय एक्सपेक्टेड प्राइस? कैन आई से 102 डिवाइड बाय इश्यू प्राइस. इट इज नथिंग बट 102. सो नंबर ऑफ न्यू इक्विटी शेयर्स, number of new equity shares to be issued is 5882.35. 5882.35 shares. ठीक है, सो यही पूछा था. क्वेश्चन वॉज टिल ईयर ओनली. So let's see 5882.35. Understood? But now additional task for you. You have trust in the class right now. ठीक है, additional task I am giving. Everyone understood till here? क्वेश्चन तो हो गया, इलस्ट्रेशन इज डन, यहां तक ही सॉल्व करना था. बट एडिशनल टास्क फॉर यू. Let's see whether you all are able to solve or not. Huh? Number 1, calculate new shares to be issued now under scenario 1 when no dividends are declared. When no dividends are declared. ठीक है. Number 2, calculate value of the firm at the end of year 1. The approx value of the firm at the end of year 1. Again, under two scenarios. Dividend declared and dividend declared and dividend not declared. ठीक है. So I want to see whether you are able to solve now or not. ठीक है. Understood my question? क्या करना है? Illustration number 8 ends over here. But this is additional task for you all. So that I can know, or I will get to know whether your concepts, whether what is done in the class is clear to you all or not. ठीक है, इजी है, कर पाओगे? वो कर भी दिया. ओके, लेट एवरीवन डू. 4464.28. 4464.28. Everyone got this same correct answer. Yes, Diya, Pooja, Shamli. Boys, where are you all? आपके आंसर क्यों नहीं आ रहे? H आया 4464.28. Aditya, Asta, 44. Okay, everyone got 4464.28. Correct, correct. So 4464.28 is correct answer. ठीक है. Now, value of the firm at the end of year वन means don't discount that. वो complex formula use मत करना. Expected value of the firm at the end of year one. So everyone, answer one is 4464.28 shares. ये 4464.28 कैसे आया होगा? तो 5 लाख का इक्विटी आई हैव टू रेस एट अ प्राइस ऑफ 112. ठीक है. So 5 lakh divided by 112. Any student has doubts in additional question 1? कैसे 4464.28 आया, किसी को समझना है? Answer 2, value of the firm, dividend declared. So when I say my number of shares would be 10,000 plus 5882.35, 15,882.35, and price would become 102, 16.2 lakhs अप्रॉक्स, क्योंकि आपने थोड़ा राउंड ऑफ किया होगा. एंड वैल्यू ऑफ द फर्म, डिविडेंड नॉट डिक्लेयर्ड. Can I say it will be 10,000 shares at the beginning plus new issue 4464.28, 14464.28, and P1 in that case would be 112. So again, this would be around 16.2 lakhs approx. थोड़ा बहुत rounding off होगा, that's fine, but approx it's 6 point. Got it? So MM approach clear, everyone? Any doubts in MM theory? Any queries? Any concerns? Okay. So our two relevance theory is done. Walter Gordon. Irrelevance theory is done. So yes or no की लड़ाई समाप्त हो गई. Theories of dividend decision is done. Give us a relax. Give us a relax. I don't know what do you mean. Okay, no worries. So theories, yes versus no की theory is done. Relevance, irrelevance theory is done. Now there are some practical approaches. Practical model means this model are not fighting between yes or no. They are least concerned what will happen to the market price. अभी तक हमने जो थियरी देखी ना, सब में P0 कैलकुलेट किया था, if you remember. So all the theories were trying to see the impact on market price. कि मार्केट प्राइस में क्या चेंजेस हो रहे हैं. बट नाउ सम प्रैक्टिकल मॉडल, दे आर लीस्ट कंसर्न विद दिस इंपैक्ट. दे आर ओनली कंसर्न कि करंट ईयर में व्हाट शुड बी द लाइकली डिविडेंड. आर यू गेटिंग दिस? एंड दैट प्रैक्टिकल मॉडल इज लिंटनर्स मॉडल. So Lintner is least interested in the fight. He is saying I don't know I don't know whether dividend decision would affect the market price or no. I am least concerned with that. मुझे उसमें जाना भी नहीं है. You three, you two internal do the fighting and all that stuff. मेरा कंसर्न ये है, what should be the likely dividend in the coming year? This is my concern. So for this, I will give my model. For this, I will give my formula. फॉलोड. सो अगेन लिंटनर्स मॉडल यस और नो में कहीं पे भी नहीं है. He is least concerned whether dividend policy will affect the market price or whether it will have no impact on market price. No, I have nothing to do with that. Nothing doing. मेरे हिसाब से आने वाले साल में एक्सपेक्टेड डिविडेंड फॉर द कमिंग ईयर क्या होना चाहिए, उसकी थियरी, उसका मॉडल मैं आपके सामने पेश कर रहा हूं. ठीक है. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लिंटनर्स मॉडल is to calculate D1 expected dividend in the coming year. ठीक है. This is first point of Lintner. Now Lintner का broad objective is very simple, that D1 is based on two things. One is last year's dividend, कि पिछले साल हमारा डिविडेंड क्या था, कंपनी ने क्या दिया था, एंड करंट ईयर अर्निंग्स. current year earnings. So broadly, the current year's dividend means the expected dividend in the coming year is based on two factors, कि पिछले साल क्या डिविडेंड दिया गया था एंड आने वाले साल में हमारी अर्निंग्स क्या है. ठीक है. So this is the broad theme of Lintner. The base is this, the foundation stone is, stepping stone is this. अब लिंटनर ने क्या किया? See, this Lintner model was introduced somewhere around 1950s. बहुत पुराना मॉडल है. What he did, he literally undertook a research of various financial managers of different companies. ठीक है. उसने क्या किया? एक सर्वे लॉन्च किया. He gave that questionnaire to different CFOs, different financial managers of different companies belonging to different industries. ठीक है. सब वो क्वेश्चनर में क्या क्वेश्चन थे, कितने पॉइंट का क्वेश्चन था, कितने पेजर का क्वेश्चनर था, it is irrelevant for us. The only relevant point for us is the conclusion of that survey. Are you following? वो सर्वे का conclusion, जूस क्या निकला, that is relevant for us. ठीक है. So Lintner undertook survey of various CFOs, financial managers in 1950s. But questionnaire survey का base was related to dividend. क्योंकि हम dividend decision chapter में, तो वो सर्वे भी उसका डिविडेंड रिलेटेड था. सारे क्वेश्चंस डिविडेंड रिलेटेड थे. ठीक है. based on the survey following conclusions were drawn by Lintner. ठीक है. सो अब सर्वे हो गया, सर्वे के सारे जवाब आ गए. नाउ ही जस्ट डिड हिज ओन रिसर्च एंड ड्रू सम कंक्लूजन्स. क्रक्स, द कोर कंटेंट ऑफ सर्वे. क्रक्स नंबर 1, एवरी कंपनी का फाइनेंशियल मैनेजर और एवरी कंपनी का CFO हैज अ टारगेट पे आउट रेशियो. What is target payout ratio? Target payout ratio means जो भी कंपनी ने अर्निंग्स कमाया इन दैट ईयर, दे हैव सम टारगेटेड पेआउट रेशियो, कि इसमें से हम 30% देंगे, 20% देंगे, 15% देंगे. एवरीवन हैड दिस टारगेट पेआउट रेशियोस दैट दे वांटेड टू अचीव इन लॉन्ग टर्म. दिस वाज कंक्लूजन नंबर 1. एवरी फाइनेंशियल मैनेजर और CFO had their target payout ratio which they would want to achieve in long term और इन लॉन्ग रन. हाँ, दे आर लाइक के चलो शॉर्ट टर्म में हम ये टारगेट पे आउट रेशियो अचीव ना करें it's fine. But in long term, we want to achieve this. So target payout is always from earnings. Okay? So in short, they wanted to achieve this thing, earnings into target payout ratio. Okay? They wanted to achieve this thing. Everyone, that target payout ratio again, that would be different for different financial managers. मेरे हिसाब से my target is 15%, but your target can be 40%. Someone else target can be 20%, but everyone had this target. Are you following? सबको ये achieve करना था. This was number one. Second, financial managers or CFOs are not concerned with absolute amount in dividends, but they are concerned with changes in dividend. सर ये 3 लाइन लिखी, इसका मतलब क्या? Let's say there are two companies, company X, company Y. Last year, company X gave dividend of rupees 2. Company Y gave dividend of rupees 1,000. So in absolute amount, Y is giving more dividend to its shareholders in absolute numbers, in absolute terms. But now, if company X in the current year, it is giving 2 or somewhere around 2.05, it is not concerned with this thing. They are concerned कि अगर ये 2 का 3 रुपया हो गया ना, so when I say there is 50% growth or 50% change in dividend, are you following? So with this they are concerned. Are you following? They are not concerned with absolute amount. They are concerned with changes in dividend. ये 1000 का 1000 ही होगा, so they are not concerned. Why? Because dividend has not changed. ये compare करे X और Y का dividend in the coming year. Y Limited is giving 1,000 rupees. X Limited is giving only 3 rupees. But still, ये चुभेगा. Financial manager को ये चुभेगा, ये नहीं चुभेगा. Following? Because यहाँ पे the growth in dividend or the change in dividend is 50%. Are you following? And here there is no growth, no change in dividend. So ये 50% pinch हो रहा है. This is not getting pinched. Following? So every financial manager are never concerned with absolute amount in dividend, but they are concerned with changes in dividend. Following? So they are comparing the current year's dividend with last year dividend. Are you following? So can I say this is the earnings into target payout ratio? This is the targeted dividend of coming year. Yes or no? And they are comparing it with last year. Means last year से कितना change हो रहा है? They are seeing that. They want to see that because it is pinching them. Followed? Everyone, any doubts in these 2 points? Number one, all the company had a target payout ratio that they would like to achieve in the long term, in the long run. Second, all the company are least concerned with the dividend in absolute terms. They are concerned with changes in dividend. ठीक है, 2 का 3 हो गया, चुभ रहा है. 1000 है, 1000 का 1000 ही है, वो नहीं चुभेगा. Followed? Any doubts, any queries in this 2 point? Absolute means just comparing amount literally. Just now I explained. 3 के सामने 1000 करे, compare literally, तो कहने से 1000 is very high amount. So this should ideally pinch because 1,000 is a very huge amount compared to 3. But that is comparison in absolute terms. So it is so least concerned with that. ठीक है. Number 3 again very important. Dividend decisions. Dividend decisions once taken are unlikely to be reversed. What does this mean? मतलब कि पिछले सालों में फाइनेंशियल मैनेजर्स ने या सीएफओज ने जो डिविडेंड डिसीजन एक बार ले चुके हैं ना, उसको रिवर्स करना वो भी नहीं पसंद है उनको. मीन्स very simple example again. Can I say this is the last year dividend which is already paid by X Limited? Yes or no? This is the 1,000 rupees is the last year का dividend which is already paid by Y Limited. Can I say 2 रुपया और 1,000 रुपया डिसाइड किसने किया होगा? CFO फाइनेंशियल मैनेजर नहीं किया होगा. They only took this decision of distributing this. Yes or no? So they would not like to reverse this. मतलब कि in the current year they would want के minimum 2 रुपया तो दे ही. Are you following? क्योंकि लास्ट ईयर हम 2 दे चुके हैं. वी हैव ऑलरेडी टेकन द डिसीजन लास्ट ईयर टू गिव और टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट 2 रुपीज एज डिविडेंड. सो आई डोंट वांट टू रिवर्स माय ओन डिसीजन. आर यू फॉलोइंग? थोड़ा ईगो की बात आ रही है कि मैंने ही डिसीजन लिया, मैं क्यों उसको रिवर्स कर. फॉलोड? So this is number 3. Every financial manager felt that dividend decisions that are already taken in the past are unlikely to be reversed. हम उसको चेंज नहीं करेंगे. So they are like कि D0 तो मिलना ही चाहिए. So D0 is the decision that is taken last year which cannot be reversed, and this portion is nothing but spread in dividend. Spread of dividend. This is उसमें से भी this portion, this means ये वाला इतना portion, this is nothing but their target that they want to achieve. Are you getting this? This is point number 1. Long term target. माइनस D0 करते हैं. See, I'm using different colors. Try to interpret. ये इतना portion अंदर वाला. Are you able to see this? This is nothing but point number 2. This portion, internal portion, tries to explain changes in dividend with previous year. Are you following? Change in dividend. And now what did Lintner do? See, Lintner की मैंने formula भी मैं बना रहा हूँ. This is the formula 80% done. This is Lintner की formula. D1 that is expected dividend in the coming year is nothing but D0 last year का dividend plus a spread. Are you following? This is spread. And last but not the least, Lintner has multiplied the entire portion, this portion, with adjustment factor, AF. So in short, what is that? I will explain you. But in short, the formula given by Lintner is nothing but D0 plus earnings into target payout minus D0 multiply by adjustment factor. Now, what is the adjustment factor? In most of the author's book, it is written as this adjustment factor is imaginary number. ठीक है? Imaginary number माने balancing figure. Balancing figure माने see every financial manager practically सोचेंगे ना तो सबको ये अमाउंट तो पता ही होती है कि हम कितना डिविडेंड देने वाले हैं. Are you getting this? एवरी फाइनेंशियल मैनेजर, कोई भी कंपनी ले लो, उनको पता ही है हम आने वाले साल में कितना डिविडेंड देने वाले हैं. So according to this, they know this figure. So this adjustment factor then becomes the balancing figure. But what my personal research says is, I may be wrong, but I feel this adjustment factor shows the readiness, of financial managers, CFOs, to accept this change. Can I say this portion, ये जो मैं गोल गोल घुमा रहा हूं, this portion is nothing but change in dividend. So how much ready financial manager or CFO is to accept this change? Are you following? वो कितने तैयार है ये चेंज को एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए? दैट इज एडजस्टमेंट फैक्टर. Are you following? So adjustment factor lies from 0 to 100%. Everyone understood this? But in most of the authors' books, it is written that this is imaginary balancing figure, imaginary number balancing figure. But I feel it is nothing but, see, this is nothing but change in dividend compared to last year. So how much percent they are ready, financial managers are ready to accept this? If it is more, means let's say higher the adjustment factors, they are more ready, means it shows their aggressiveness or aggressiveness of acceptance, means उतने वो ज्यादा accept करने के लिए तैयार है. जितना कम adjustment factor, means less the adjustment factor, it represents less acceptance on the side of financial manager for this change. Are you getting this? So it shows the aggressiveness of financial manager. ठीक है, उस पे एक वैल्यू दी गई है. Aggressiveness is intangible. Actually you cannot devise or give some value to this aggressiveness. But on the scale of 0 to 10 or 0 to 100%, how much ready they are to accept this change? So we have given a value to it. Followed? So in short, the formula is this. आपको ये फॉर्मूला याद रखनी है for Lintner's model. Understood? So Lintner's model is practical model. Again, Lintner model has nothing to do with relevance theory, irrelevance theory. Lintner is not involved in that yes or no ki fight. Lintner is saying ki practically what should be the expected dividend in the coming year. Uska theory is backed on the research. It is backed on the research of various financial managers and CFOs. उस रिसर्च का फाइंडिंग कंक्लूजन वाज, नंबर 1, एवरी मैनेजर और सीएफओ हैड अ टारगेट पे आउट रेशियो, ठीक है, which they want to achieve in long term. Second, they are not concerned with absolute amount, but concerned with changes in dividend. Followed? 2 से 2 और 1000 है, 2 से 3 हो रहा है, तो कहना है दैट इज 50% चेंज, 50% ग्रोथ इन डिविडेंड. तो उसके सी द लॉजिक इज वेरी सिंपल. अब नेक्स्ट ईयर जो भी इन्वेस्टर है वो क्या एक्सपेक्ट करेगा? ही विल एक्सपेक्ट कि यार लास्ट ईयर तो कंपनी ने 50% ग्रोथ दिया था, तो इस बार भी 50% तो मिनिमम देगी ही देगी. कहने से दिस इज क्रिएटिंग लाइक not a good expectation in the mind of investors. मान लो कल उठ के कंपनी ने 50% नहीं डिविडेंड ही ना दिया तो इन्वेस्टर वुड गेट सैडन्ड इन देयर लाइफ, दे वुड गो इन डिप्रेशन. यस और नो? सो ऐसी झूठी एक्सपेक्टेशन क्रिएट ही नहीं करनी है. आर यू फॉलोइंग? सो दैट्स व्हाई दे आर कंसर्न्ड विद दिस चेंजेस followed rather than absolute amount. Number 3, dividend decisions once taken are unlikely to be reversed. Why? Because एक बार मैंने जो अपने लिए डिसीजन ले लिया, I would not like to reverse that, वरना मेरे ईगो पे बात आ जाएगी. Followed everyone? So this was the conclusions that are drawn by Lintner. And based on his conclusion, he devise this formula. So you can just note down this formula. लिंटनर मॉडल पे कोई स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चंस नहीं है मॉड्यूल में, but Lintner model is there in your syllabus. So I had explained you the concept given by Lintner. This is 1950s का, around 1950s. Any doubts? Any concerns? Then there is one more practical approach called residual approach. Residual approach of dividend decision. What does this approach say? Residual approach. A residual approach says that if company has some lucrative investment opportunities, then first use the net profit for those opportunities. Are you getting this? Company के पास, let's say there are 10 to 15 good businesses that can be taken up. और कंपनी के पास फंड्स भी है उतने in its reserves, in its retained earnings. So residual approach says कि don't distribute dividend in that case. First, use those retained earnings, use those reserves for these lucrative business opportunities. उसके बाद कुछ बचता है, then you can distribute as dividend. Are you getting this? Residual approach. It is in the name itself. Use the reserves for business opportunities. It is nothing but they are talking about expansion. Balance reserves, if any, can be distributed as dividends. And practically, I feel most of the companies are following this only. Are you getting this? Most of the companies are following this only. So there are few companies जो dividend ही नहीं देती. But they give bonus, they buy back the shares, that they do. But dividend in cash form they never give. And there are some companies कुछ भी कमाए, they will give the profit, they will give the dividends. So Infosys every year pays the dividend. बट सामने वॉरेन बफेट की कंपनी है, वॉरेन बफेट डिविडेंड देने में नहीं मानता. वॉरेन बफेट sees the actual position. He sees whether there are some opportunities for expansion. Yes, तो उसमें पैसे डालो, बचता है तो डिविडेंड दो. So this is residual approach. Yes, this is more practical. So that's why these are under practical models. And this all approaches, these all models are least concerned what would be the impact on market price. They are least concerned with that. जो भी होने दो, we are not concerned with that. ठीक है? Anyone, any doubts, any queries? Till here, today we would be completing dividend decision. आगे बढ़ू. Question में no, there are no practical problems in the module for this approach, but questions can come. Questions can come. You just follow the concept. You have to just follow the concept. Okay. Last conceptual part of this chapter, different forms of dividend. डिविडेंड कितने प्रकार में दे सकते हैं? तो नंबर 1, डिविडेंड पेड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कैश. कैश डिविडेंड. Cash dividend means you are the owner of equity shares. कंपनी डिक्लेयर द डिविडेंड एंड कंपनी ने आपके बैंक अकाउंट में ईसीएस के थ्रू, एनईएफटी के थ्रू, आरटीजीएस के थ्रू डिविडेंड अमाउंट क्रेडिट कर दिया. आर यू फॉलोइंग? अ वेरी सिंपलेस्ट फॉर्म, a general form of payment of dividend that everyone knows. Understood? Number two, buyback of shares. Buyback of shares. ठीक है. स्टॉक, इसको हम बोलते हैं स्टॉक रीपर्चेस. Hyphen do what? Stock repurchase. Buyback of shares. Can I say buyback of shares is nothing but paying to the existing equity share owners? उनको पैसे दो, उनके शेयर्स वापस ले लो. So this is also one form of dividend only. Dividend is what? Distributing to the shareholders, giving a money to the shareholders. Are you following? So this is another buyback of shares. Number three, bonus issue. Bonus issue. Under bonus issue, we are not giving cash. We are giving extra shares to them free of cost. So can I say this is also dividend, giving something to the owner, not in cash, but in kind. Are you following? So these are the three different forms of dividends. Cash, a simplest and the general and widely used form of dividend. Second is buyback of shares, which is also called as stock repurchase, means taking back the shares and paying them something above the market price. ठीक है. Bonus means not dividend, not in cash but in kind. Now bonus issue, law students, you know bonus issue कंपनी ऐसे ऐसे ही नहीं कर सकती है. There are certain SEBI rules that company needs to follow before issuing bonus shares. What are those SEBI rules that company needs to follow? Oh, you know the section number as well. That's nice. Number one, bonus issue must be authorized in articles of association. I hope you are able to recollect from your law paper कि आर्टिकल्स एमओए एओए दिस आर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ कंपनी. तो आर्टिकल ऑफ एसोसिएशन जिसमें सारे रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस लिखे होते हैं, उसमें बोनस इशू का क्लॉज होना चाहिए. So first of all, bonus issue should be authorized by articles of association. सर अगर एओए आर्टिकल्स ऑफ एसोसिएशन में ऐसा ऑथोराइजेशन नहीं है तो फर्स्ट यू नीड टू अमेंड योर एओए एंड ऐड दिस क्लॉज. आर यू फॉलोइंग? Number two, all the partly paid up shares needs to be converted to fully paid up. I hope you remember this. Number one was authorization in AOA. Number two, partly paid shares are to be converted into fully paid up shares. Yes or no? Yes. So partly paid up shares to be converted on fully paid up. Number three, bonus issue to be done from free reserves only. From free reserves. Capital reserves you cannot use for bonus reason, for bonus issue. Means capital reserve माने अपने fixed asset को revalue किया, तो वो revaluation reserve, capital reserve, ये वो सब यहाँ पे यूज नहीं हो सकता. ठीक है. बोनस इशू टू बी डन फ्रॉम आउट ऑफ फ्री रिजर्व्स. Are you following? There are some more conditions. Yes, capital per reserve is for specific purpose. Also there are some few more conditions जो आपको फॉलो करनी है बोनस इशू के लिए. ठीक है. ओनली देन यू कैन इशू बोनस शेयर्स. सो यहाँ पे बोनस And also, yes, number 4, very important. Companies should not have defaulted in repayment of loan or interest. इसका मतलब ये है कि आप ओनर्स को बोनस दे रहे हो और यहाँ पे बैंक का लोन बाकी रख रहे हो, वो तो पेमेंट ही नहीं कर रहे। तो बोनस का रिजर्व, बोनस इज फ्रॉम फ्री रिजर्व, तो उसका रिजर्व कहाँ से है आपके पास? आर यू फॉलोइंग? सो देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी डिफॉल्ट इन रीपेमेंट ऑफ लोन एंड इंटरेस्ट। अगर उसमें कोई पेंडिंग अमाउंट है भरना तो पहले वो भरो, फिर बोनस देना। Are you following? So these are some of the conditions for, and bonus issue is also called as stock dividend. A dividend in the form of stock. Stock means share. ठीक है? So technically it is called as stock dividend. So ये सारी conditions आपको follow करनी है, फिर you can issue bonus shares. Understood? This is just the theory part. We were under the different forms of dividend. So cash dividend, share repurchase. ठीक है? So with this, we complete all the conceptual part from this chapter. The substantial, the relevant part from this chapter. Now let's solve different practical problems की variety. ठीक है? अच्छा, just to give you a important note on Gordon's formula. We know that Gordon's formula is nothing but d1 upon ke minus g. Correct? Now d1 is nothing but expected dividend in the coming year. अब कुछ बार कभी कभी है ना, क्या होगा पता है, क्वेश्चन साइलेंट होगा whether the dividend is the expected dividend in the coming year or whether the dividend is the last paid dividend. ये साइलेंट होगा कभी कभार क्वेश्चन में. In that case हमें क्या करना है? In that case you have to write a note. Are you following? Hey, first of all, are you understanding what I'm trying to say? D1 means expected dividend in the coming year. D0 means last paid dividend. Latest paid dividend. ठीक है? अब sometimes question would be silent whether the figure of dividend is D1 or D0. In that case, what shall we do? We have to write a note. You are free to do anything. You can use that dividend amount as D1 itself, और उसको वो dividend को आप D0 भी ले सकते हो. But just write a note that here dividend is considered as D1. Alternatively, it can be considered as D0. Following? And if you are taking this assumption, then write here dividends are considered as last paid dividend, that is D0. Alternatively, it can be considered as D1 as well. Followed everyone? हाँ, पहले तो just check for the hints in the question, whether such words are being used in the question or not. Last paid dividend, expected dividend, ऐसे सब words use किए, then you don't have to write the note. It is very clear that expected dividend is D1 and last paid, latest paid dividend is D0. But ऐसी कोई specific hints नहीं है. Then कुछ लोग बोल सकते हैं ना, sir that dividend can be D1, sir that dividend can be D0. हम क्या करें? So you write a note. You can do anything and just write a note. Following? Everyone? So in module, in most of the questions, when such specific hints are not given, then institute has taken it as D1. Are you getting this? But in one or two questions, institute has taken as D0 as well. So in that case, आपको D1 calculate करने के लिए कहना है D0 plus G करना पड़ेगा. Yes or no? And if you have taken the dividend as D1 only, तो इसमें अब plus G करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. This was my whole point. Are you following this, students? This is very important note. ठीक है? So don't get confused when you see the solutions. So this was an important note for you all. And with all this base background, let's solve some practical problems. We will try to solve some unique practical problem as well, जो मॉड्यूल में है. So one of the students had doubt in Gordon's model कि सर Gordon's model में changes in dividend, how it is affecting the market price, the growth in dividend, how it is affecting the market price. You can see illustration number 10 in that case. Illustration number 10 has comprehensively explained कि when R is greater than KE, तो as per Gordon price क्या होगा? When R is equal to KE, तो as per Gordon price क्या होगा? When R is less than KE, तो price क्या होगा? Are you getting this? And now they have changed the scenario. कि let's say कि retention ratio is changed from 0.6 to 0.4. So can I say when retention ratio is 0.6, dividend 0.4 होगा? Yes or no? And when retention is 0.4, dividend 0.6 होगा? तो उस केस में क्या सिचुएशन है? They have solved that as well. And from that you can draw a conclusion. ठीक है? So you try this as a homework. ठीक है? Illustration number 7 है, sorry 10 है, page number 8.36. It is a detailed comprehensive explanation on Gordon's model when dividend payout is 40% and when dividend payout changed from 40 to 60%. ठीक है? Illustration number 11. Let's do illustration number 11. The information is given below in case of Aditya Limited. Earnings per share E is given. Capitalization rate is KE. ROI 25. Dividend payout is 30%. So can I say dividend amount is 60 का 30%, 18 rupees. Compute price per share using Walter model. ये आप भूल नहीं गए हो ना Walter model? I hope you all remember. Illustration number 11. So can I say as per Walter's model, P0 फॉर्मूला क्या थी? D upon KE plus E minus D ROI upon KE, the whole upon KE. Yes or no? Earnings is rupees 60. Dividend would be, can I say 60 का 30%. Payout ratio is always from earnings. Huh? Payout ratio is not from face value. 18. So can I say my P0 would be, अच्छा KE कितना है क्वेश्चन में? KE is 15%, ROI is 25. So 18 divided by 0.15 plus 60 minus 18, ROI is 25.15, the whole upon 0.15. कितना है आंसर? P0 expected price using Walter. $586.67. Shamli got 586.67. Everyone, बाकी के स्टूडेंट्स क्या आ रहा है? 586.67. Mustafa. Okay. Other students? Pooja 586. Okay. So I'm believing this is correct answer. 586.47. Now my question to you, is this optimum payout ratio as per Walter? Tell me. Is this optimum payout ratio as per Walter? No, Walter में तो optimum दो ही है. Extreme, the two extreme. Walter is extremist. Either all or nothing. Here, in this scenario, can I say ROI is greater than KE? So it is better to keep the funds with company and grow better. Are you following? And distribute nothing. So what would be the optimum dividend payout ratio? Under hey, Walter and Gordon go hand in hand. Huh? Walter and Gordon's go hand in hand. So here it is instead of Gordon, but it is Walter. Huh? ये Walter समझो आप. Optimum payout ratio as per Walter would be 0%. ठीक है? Because RY is greater than K. Can you see the conclusion of Walter and Gordon is similar to is same is similar. ठीक है? So this was illustration number 11. Very simple. Okay, now let's come to practical problems. Illustration सारे हो गए. Practical problem number 2. Practical problem number 2. There is one small unique point in this question, so that's why I'm taking this practical problem number 2. Practical problem number 2. ठीक है? Total earnings of the company is 2 lakh. Noise, NOES 20,000. Dividend paid 1,50,000. So can you all tell me what would be the dividend per share? 1,50,000 is the total dividend paid to all the shareholders. Dividend per share कितना होगा? What zero? Okay, आगे का आंसर बोल रहे थे. 150 divided by 20, 7.5, correct? And what would be the earnings per share? Can I say 10 rupees? Price earnings ratio is 12.5. Analyze whether the company is following optimum dividend policy as per Walter. ठीक है? Question 1 क्या पूछा है उसमें? Whether the company is following optimum policy or not. Can I say optimum policy है कि नहीं? It depends on ROI and K. Are you getting this? We need to first find what is ROI. We need to first find what is KE. Then we will compare. Then we will check ROI is greater than KE or not. And from there, we can decide whether company is following optimum dividend policy or not. Are you following? But as of now, can I say अगर ऐसे भी देखे without solving anything, can I say earnings is 10 and dividend is 7.5, correct? So Walter का simple theory, the optimum is either you pay entire dividend or you pay no dividend. Are you following? So can I say 7.5 can never be the optimum policy? Hey, are you getting this? वॉल्टर ने क्या बोला? मेरे हिसाब से ऑप्टिमम इज एक्सट्रीम, बोथ द एक्सट्रीम साइड. आइदर 100%, आइदर डिविडेंड 10 होना चाहिए और आइदर 0 होना चाहिए. बीच का कोई भी वैल्यू हो दैट वुड नॉट बी ऑप्टिमम. फॉलोइंग? सो 7.5 जो फर्स्ट आंसर होगा, मींस फर्स्ट पॉइंट का जो आंसर होगा, इट विल बी दैट it will be what? It is not following, company is not following optimal policy. Following? So this is getting answer without solving. But उसके लिए we need to compare ROI and KE. ठीक है? डायरेक्ट भी मिल सकता है, but we will follow our standard pattern given in the module. In the module, they have compared ROI and KE and then decided whether the policy is optimal or not. ठीक है? ROI कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं? How to calculate ROI? Can I say it is return on investment? Return means earnings. Yes or no? Investment means total capital. Correct? Into 100. My earnings is 2 lakh. On the total capital of how much? Can I say 20,000 is the number of shares of 100 each. So can I say मेरा total capital 20 लाख होगा? Everyone. So can I say my ROI percentage? comes to 10%. ठीक है, so ROI is 10. Now ROI rate is compared with KE. So next working note we will calculate KE. If you remember the leverages chapter, or if you remember the cost of capital chapter, KE is nothing but inverse of PE ratio. Inverse of PE ratio. Do you remember this, students? K is nothing but inverse. Leverages chapter में एक problem में ये आया था. Cost of capital. See, when I say cost of capital में हमने जो KE सीखा था ना, there were 6 different methods to find KE. One was earnings yield method. Earnings yield method. One approach to find KE was earnings yield approach. Now, what was this earnings yield approach? Earnings yield approach is nothing but earnings per share upon market price per share. Are you following? This was one of the formula that you have learned in cost of capital chapter for K. Now, can I say P ratio क्या है? MPS upon EPS होता है. So can I say ये पूरा उसका उल्टा है? Are you getting this? So K is nothing but inverse of P ratio. So how much is my PE? So this was one unique point in this in this question. K is 12.5. So कितना आया मेरा KE? 8%. Okay. So can I say in this case, since ROI is greater than KE, optimum dividend policy should be D is equal to 0. Correct? No dividend. Since company has paid rupees 7.5 per share as dividend, it is not following optimal dividend policy. Followed? This is how you should present your solution. Okay? So this was point number 1. Can you see, since the rate of return of the firm is 10%, ROI is 10%, and it is more than KE of 8%. Therefore, by distributing 75% of the firm's earnings, it is not following optimal policy. Are you getting this? So in that case, optimal policy is by adopting a zero payout. Followed? Everyone? Any queries? Any concerns? Any doubt? आगे बढ़ू. First part done. In examination, you can frame your own statement as well. मुझे अभी दिमाग में जो आया वो मैंने लिखा. So यही एग्जैक्ट लिखना है. It is ऐसा नहीं होता. You can prepare in your own wordings, but outcome should be this. Conclusion ये आना चाहिए. फिर आप अपने स्टेटमेंट में लिखो, अपने लैंग्वेज में लिखो, that is fine. ये मैंने रट्टा नहीं मारा था, ये तो मैंने अभी जो मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा था that I wrote. ठीक है. So this was part 1. Next part. Compute P ratio at which dividend policy will have no effect on the value of the share. ये कहना है वॉल्टर के हिसाब से शेयर की प्राइस कब चेंज नहीं होगी, जब ROI will be equal to KE. ठीक है? At this point, you do anything, it will have no effect. Are you following? Whether you pay dividend, whether you don't pay dividend. If ROI is greater than KE, it will have no effect on the share price. Correct? So can I say my ROI, if my ROI is 10%, KE has to be 10%. Only then it will have no effect on the value of share. Only then dividend policy will have no effect on value of share. Are you following this, students? बट क्या इस क्वेश्चन में हमें के की बात करी है कि पी रेशियो पूछा है? पी रेशियो पूछा है, करेक्ट? सो कहना है पी रेशियो is nothing but inverse of KE. Yes or no? Are you following? So can I say P ratio has to be 1 by 10. This is 10%. So can I say 10 times? Following? Everyone? So when P ratio is 10 times, your K would be 10%. Your K is 10%, which will be equal to your ROI of 10%. So since ROI is equal to K, it will have no effect on value of share. Following? Dividend policy will have no effect on value of share. You can check as a homework. आप dividend 30% ले लो, 20% ले लो, 60% ले लो, 100% ले लो. If ROI is greater equal to KE, there will be no change in the market price. ठीक है, वो आप घर पे ट्राई कर सकते हो. But followed everyone? Part 2. So अगर मार्केट प्राइस को सेम रखना है, उसमें कोई इफेक्ट नहीं आनी चाहिए, तो इन दैट केस ROI हैज टू बी इक्वल टू KE. ROI हमें पता है, ROI is based on actual earnings to total capital. ROI is 10%. So my KE has to be 10% if I don't want any changes in value of share. So now K is found 10%. What is P? P is inverse of K. Okay? So when PE is 10 times, it will have no effect on value of share. This is what part 2 is all about. The P ratio at which dividend policy will have no effect is such that at which KE would be equal to rate of return, ROI. ठीक है? KE would be 10% and P ratio would be 10 times. So therefore, at the P of 10, the dividend policy would have no effect on the value of share. Understood? Part 2. Part 3. Will your decision change if P ratio is 8 instead of 12.5? मतलब ये जो 12.5 है ना, वो अब 8 है ऐसा समझो. तो कहना है अगर P ratio changes to 8, तो my KE will change. Yes or no? And let's see if KE changes, क्या कंक्लूजन निकलता है. ठीक है? If PE ratio changes to 8, revised KE will be 1 by 8. Yes or no? तो कितना आया? 12.5 आएगा. Everyone got 12.5%. Correct? my ROI is 10% fixed because this is the actual return, actual earnings divided by total capital. So here now since ROI is less than KE, optimal dividend policy of the company should be D is equal to 100%. मीन्स मेरा टोटल अर्निंग्स पर शेयर जितना है ना ₹10, सारा का सारा डिविडेंड दे दो. Following? They have not asked us to calculate the price at this policy, but you can calculate that as well. ठीक है? So what would be my price as per Walter when dividend is 100% paid? When D is equal to ₹100, sorry, 10, which is 100% payout. प्राइस क्या होगा? कह रहे हैं it would be 10 divided by my KE is 0.125, 12.5% means E minus D. E is 10, D is 10, तो ये पूरा 0 हो जाएगा. तो 10 divided by 0.125 कितना आया? ये प्राइस पूछी नहीं है, बट यू कैन कैलकुलेट एज वेल. 80. ठीक है. So this is the optimal policy. Yeah? This is what we've calculated optimal policy. Are you following? This is the optimal policy. Since ROI is greater than KE, optimal dividend policy should be D is equal to 10. Correct? But उन्होंने क्या पूछा है? उन्होंने क्वेश्चन में ये भी पूछा है कि एनालाइज फर्स्ट सिचुएशन में आपका जो आंसर आ रहा था अब क्या आ रहा है. Are you following? It means when dividend is 7.5, existing dividend is how much? Existing D is 7.5. Now take KE as 12.5%, ROI as 10%, and find what is the price as per Walter. This price is the optimum price, the best possible price, the price that will generate maximum value to the shareholders. Because 100% payout was optimal payout ratio when ROI is less than KE. इस केस में क्या होगा? P0 is 7.5 upon 0.125 plus 10 minus 7.5, 0.1 upon 0.125, the whole upon 0.125. How much is the price coming when our actual dividend of 7.5 is paid? So this is our existing or the current dividend policy. And this is optimal policy. Optimal policy when ROI is less than KE. इसमें प्राइस क्या है आपका स्टूडेंट्स? 80 से कम ही आना चाहिए. ठीक है. 76 आया. 76. Okay. 76. So this is nothing but existing policy of company. Followed everyone? 80 से कम ही आना चाहिए because our optimum, our peak point is 80. The maximum wealth of shareholders would be generated at 80. Understood? So this was practical problem 2. A unique point was you have to identify, you have to think कि K क्या होगा. ये आपको क्लिक होना चाहिए कि K is inverse of P. सेकेंड, आरओआई डायरेक्ट नहीं दिया है, बट वी नो आरओआई इज नथिंग बट रिटर्न ना, रिटर्न इज नथिंग बट अर्निंग्स अपॉन टोटल कैपिटल इन्वेस्टेड. ठीक है, सो दिस वाज सम यूनिक पॉइंट इन दिस क्वेश्चन. Let's do illustration number 3. It is not unique, but it is combination, means it is mixture of both Walter and Gordon. दोनों एक ही साथ में पूछ लिया है. So ऐसे क्वेश्चन अपने कभी देखे नहीं है. So let's solve this as well. Please be clear in your question. I am not able to get what you are trying to ask. गॉर्डन का मॉडल सपोर्ट्स वॉल्टर मॉडल. आपको इतना याद रखना है कि वॉल्टर का जो आउटकम है वही गॉर्डन का है. मींस if ROI is greater than KE, if ROI is greater than KE, sorry, if ROI is greater than KE, price would be maximum when price would be maximum or the best possible price or the wealth of the shareholder would be high when dividend distributed is less, dividend payout is less, and more is retention. Don't unnecessarily complicate things. If ROI is less than KE, price would be, or the optimal payout would be when dividend paid is more. Dividend payout is more. And less retention. This is the ultimate outcome of both the models. ठीक है, तो आप इतना याद रखो. Illustration number 3. With the help of following figures, calculate the market price of a share of a company by using Walter's formula and Gordon's formula. ठीक है, so let's just focus on Walter's for practical problem number 3. Walter's formula is nothing but P0 is equal to D upon KE plus E minus D. ROI upon KE, the whole upon KE. ठीक है? So how much is the dividend? 6. E is 10. KE is 20. IRR is 25 and retention ratio is internal rate of return on investment. This is nothing but ROI, huh? Rate of return on investment. ROI 25. Retention ratio is 40%. See, thus is earnings. उसमें से 60% is paid as dividend. तो कहने से 40% would be retention. Understood? So यहाँ पे dividend is 6. KE is 20.2. Earning is 10. Dividend is 6. ROI, rate of return on investment, 25. 0.25. 0.2. The whole divided by 0.2. As per Walter, कितना आया? 55. 55. ठीक है, everyone got this 55? $55. Now next, Gordon's formula. Part 2. As per Gordon's, P0 is equal to D1 upon KE minus G, correct? Now, this dividend per share, is this expected dividend in the current year or is the last dividend paid? इसकी कोई clarity है? Any specific hints in the question? No. So you are free to use any you would like to use. This dividend 6 can be considered as D1 also. This 6 can be considered as D0 also. Just write note to it. Okay? Assuming DPS is equal to D1. This is my assumption for this question right now. So when I say my P0 would straight away be 6 divided by KE is 0.2, I guess. Yes, cost of capital is 0.2. How to find growth rate? Can I say growth rate? This also you have learned in cost of capital. It is nothing but retention ratio into ROI. Yes or no? ROI is how much? 25%. Retention ratio is 0.4 into 25. कितना आ रहा है growth? B into R, yes. Retention ratio into ROI. B into R. 10. So growth rate is 10%. 0.1. So how much is the answer coming? 60. So as per Gordon's, it is 60. ठीक है? So institute has used this, assuming DPS as D1. Rupees 60. अब आप ऐसे ऑल्टरनेटिव लिख के भी कर सकते हो. ऑल्टरनेटिवली assuming DPS is equal to D0, latest last paid dividend, which is rupees 6, correct? So can I say now my D1 would be D0 plus G, yes or no? G we had already calculated, which is 10%. So 6 plus 10%, which comes to 6.6. So therefore, P0 as per Gordon's 6.6 upon 0.2 minus 0.1, 66. ठीक है? 66 आया सबका? So I advise you do by both the methods. Means by assuming DPS as D1 and also by assuming DPS as D0. सिर्फ 3 लाइन ज्यादा लिखनी है, ज्यादा और कुछ नहीं लिखना है. It will not take, I guess, more than 1 minute. Understood? Practical problem number, this was 3. It was a combination of Walter and Gordon. Let's solve practical problem number 8 and 9 because थोड़े unique है. Simple but unique. So let me just take that. Very practical questions. Huh? Mr. H is currently holding 1 lakh shares of HM Limited. ठीक है? ये मिस्टर एच की जगह ना आप ऐसा समझो ये आप हो, खुद हो. So currently you all are holding 1 lakh shares of HM Limited. And currently the share of HM Limited is trading on Bombay Stock Exchange at rupees 50 per share. ठीक है? So if I ask you what is the worth of shares that you hold today, the total worth of shares that you hold today of HM Limited, so can I say it is nothing but 1 lakh into 50? Yes or no? So आपके पास 50 लाख के शेयर्स पड़े. मिस्टर ए मिस्टर ए नहीं है, मिस्टर एच. हाँ, दिस शुड बी एच क्योंकि यहाँ पे एच है ना. Mr. H have a policy to reinvest the amount of any dividend received into the share back again of HM Limited. It means कि मान लो I am HM Limited and you hold 1 lakh shares of my company. I give you the dividend. वो डिविडेंड का जो पैसा आएगा वो पैसा आप तुरंत मेरे कंपनी के शेयर्स खरीद रहे हो, वो पैसे से वापस मेरे कंपनी के शेयर्स खरीद रहे हो, ठीक है। सो कैन आई से एट व्हाट प्राइस यू वुड परचेज न्यू शेयर्स? कैन आई से यू वुड परचेज द न्यू शेयर्स एट द प्राइस आफ्टर द डिविडेंड इज इशूड? यस और नो? आपके पास 1 लाख शेयर्स है ऑफ 50 ईच, 50 लाख की वैल्यू है। मैं आज आपको डिविडेंड दे रहा हूं, लेट से 5 रुपीज। तो कहने से आपके पास 5 लाख रुपया आज आए इन द फॉर्म ऑफ डिविडेंड, in the form of cash dividend. Now 5 lakh you are again investing, you are again buying my shares. At what price you will buy? Can I say उस दिन after dividend जो price होगी you will buy at that price? Followed or not? Yes or no? Understood? So if HM Limited has a declared a dividend of 10 per share, please determine the number of shares that Mr. A would hold after he reinvests the dividend. Are you following? Everyone, practical. This is practical. This is unique question. Practical problem 8. This has nothing to do with Walter model. Has nothing to do with MM model. This is practical model का question. Mr. H. Existing shares is 1 lakh shares. ठीक है? The current market price before the dividend. This is current market price before the dividend. Can I say it is rupees 50? Yes or no? So in short, if you have learned this in accounts, you know very well. Price before dividend is called as cum dividend price. Yes or no? Cum dividend price. That is before the dividend price. Come on, accounting students. Are you getting this? So this 50 is nothing but cum dividend price. Now company is distributing dividend of rupees 10 per share. Yes or no? So कहना है ये कम डिविडेंड प्राइस में से डिविडेंड की अमाउंट में निकाल दूं, द बैलेंस प्राइस वुड बी टर्म्ड एज एक्स डिविडेंड प्राइस, मींस प्राइस ऑफ द कंपनी आफ्टर डिविडेंड इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड और एक्सक्लूडिंग द डिविडेंड. आर यू फॉलोइंग? डिविडेंड पर शेयर इज ₹10. सो ये जो 40 बचा ना, 40 इज कॉल्ड एज एक्स डिविडेंड प्राइस. ये आपने अकाउंटेंसी में समझा हुआ ये कॉन्सेप्ट. स्टूडेंट्स, एनी क्वेरीज इन दिस? सो दिस प्राइस इज द प्राइस that would be of HM Limited after this dividend is paid. Are you getting this? This price HM Limited का शेयर जो स्टॉक मार्केट में ट्रेड कर रहा होगा वो ये 40 पे कर रहा होगा आफ्टर द डिविडेंड डिक्लेरेशन का सब टास्क इज डन, सब स्टोरी इज डन. आर यू फॉलोइंग एवरीवन? सो नाउ व्हाट हैव दे हैव आस्क्ड कि आफ्टर दिस री इन्वेस्टमेंट, मतलब आपको मैंने डिविडेंड का अमाउंट दिया, वो आपने री इन्वेस्ट किया, तो उसके बाद आपके पास कितने नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स पड़े हैं? दिस इज व्हाट क्वेश्चन इज आस्किंग. डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड द क्वेश्चन? डिटरमाइन द नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स दैट मिस्टर ए वुड होल्ड आफ्टर री इन्वेस्ट द डिविडेंड इन द इक्विटी शेयर्स ऑफ एचएम लिमिटेड. तो कैन आई से डिविडेंड अमाउंट रिसीव्ड by Mr. A, sorry H, it will be 1 lakh into 10. Yes or no? 10 is the amount of dividend declared by the company. 10 लाख रुपया. Yes or no? So ये 10 लाख रुपया कंपनी ने H को दिया in the form of cash dividend. H is saying, hey HM Limited, ये 10 लाख रख, मुझे नए शेयर्स दे तेरे कंपनी के. Can I say now this 10 lakhs will be issued at a price of 40, not 50. Are you following? Because this is story after dividend ka scenario. Following? So can I say new shares to be issued to Mr. H would be, can I say 10 lakh he will give to me, to the company, and I will issue equity shares which are worth rupees 40 for one share. तो नए शेयर्स कितने इशू करने होंगे? 2.5 lakhs के 25,000, 25,000 shares, everyone 25,000 shares. So can I say this is the new shares that Mr. H will get from my side? So can I say his total number of equity shares, his total holding after issuing or after reinvestment? After reinvestment, can I say it will be 1 lakh existing plus 0.25 lakh naye, 1.25 lakh shares. Followed everyone, 1.25 lakh shares. Practical problem number 8. Can you see total holding would be 1,25,000. Any doubts, any queries in practical problem number 8? Any concerns? See, this is very practical. H के जगह आप हो ऐसा समझ लो. ठीक है? So this was again a unique problem, nothing to do with Walter model, model, Gordon's model. So that's why I took this problem. Last problem, practical problem number 9. It is on buyback. Following information is given pertaining to DG Limited. Number of outstanding shares, currently it is 1 lakh. EPS is 25. PE is 20. Book value per share is 400. If company decides to repurchase 25,000 shares at the prevailing market price, what is the resulting book value after repurchase? In short, they are asking what is the book value per share after buyback. ठीक है? After buyback का story. This is what they are asking. Now tell me, what is the book value per share before buyback? Read the question and tell me carefully. Before buyback, ये buyback की story होने से पहले, how much is the book value per share of the company? Book value per share is denoted in short as BVPS. Book value per share. 400, yes, correct. दिया हुआ है क्वेश्चन में. So ये book value per share कैसे आया होगा? ये 400 कैसे आया होगा? Can I say it is nothing but book value per share is nothing but divide by number of equity shares. Yes or no? Per share means denominator में number of equity shares होंगे. And numerator में क्या होगा? Book value of the company. What is book value of the company? Ratios chapter याद करो. Ratios chapter, book value is nothing but equity share capital plus all the reserves. Equity share capital plus reserves and surplus as per books of accounts. Are you getting this? As per books, not as per market value. As per books, आपका equity share capital कितना है और reserves कितना है? In short, as per books, what is the equity shareholders funds? Are you following? Divide by number of equity shares, you will get book value per share. Understood? So number of equity share is currently given हाउ मच इट इज? 1 लाख है? 1 लाख, yes or no? This is 1 lakh. So can you tell me what is the total book value of the company? Not per share, but total book value of the company. So therefore, total book value of the company, it is nothing but equity share capital plus all the reserves. कितना होगा? Can I say 1 lakh into 400? 1 lakh into 400? 400 lakhs? Yes or no? 400 lakhs. Yeah, 4 crore. Now what is happening? Now question says you are repurchasing 25,000 shares at the prevailing market price. Sir, prevailing market price कहाँ दिया है? Can I say earnings per share into PE करेंगे तो प्रीवेलिंग मार्केट प्राइस मिल जाएगा, करंट मार्केट प्राइस एमपीएस मिल जाएगा. वर्किंग नोट 1, कैलकुलेशन ऑफ market price per share, MPS, is nothing but EPS into PE ratio. Yes or no? EPS is how much? 25. PE ratio is how much? 20. So how much is the market price per share? Coming to 500. सो अब ये जो 25,000 शेयर्स में जो रीपर्चेज कर रहा हूं ना, रीपर्चेज मीन्स आई एम टेकिंग बैक द इक्विटी फ्रॉम द इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स एंड आई एम पेइंग देम 500 पर शेयर. आर यू फॉलोइंग? विजुअलाइज क्या हो रहा है? सो कैन आई से टोटल वैल्यू ऑफ रीपर्चेज, कैन आई से इट वुड बी नथिंग बट 25,000 इंटू 500. एक हाथ से मैं 25,000 नंबर शेयर्स ले रहा हूं उनसे, मींस मेरी बुक वैल्यू कम कर रहा हूं एंड आई एम पेइंग देम 500. सो कैन आई से माय नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स, रिजर्व्स, एवरीथिंग वुड बी रेड्यूस्ड बाय दिस अमाउंट. कितना आ रहा है? 25,000 इंटू 500, 1.25 CR means 125 lakhs. Yes or no? So therefore my revised book value of the company after this repurchase, after repurchase और after buyback कितना हुआ? कैन आई से 400 माइनस 125 lakhs, which is nothing but 400 lakhs. उसमें से मैंने इतने इक्विटी बायबैक कर लिए, बचा कितना? 275 lakhs. Yes or no? So this is the total book value of the company after buyback. But have they asked book value, total book value? Have they asked this total book value? Or they have asked book value per share? क्या पूछा है क्वेश्चन में? क्या पूछा है? Book value per share after repurchase. This is the total value after repurchase. पूछा क्या है? BVPS after repurchase. This is what they have asked. When I say it is nothing but total book value after repurchased divided by number of equity shares after repurchase. Are you getting this? ये after repurchase मेरे इक्विटी कितने हो जाएंगे? कहना है 1 लाख में से 25,000 निकल जाएगा. Only 75,000 would be left. Yes or no? 1 लाख मत लेना, दे आर एग्जिस्टिंग. उसमें से 25,000 नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स मैंने रीपर्चेस कर लिए. आर यू फॉलोइंग? So this is nothing but 1 lakh minus 0.25 lakh repurchased. So how much is my revised book value per share? 367 rupees. 367. ठीक है? So this is my revised book value per share. Everyone understood? पहले मैंने total book value बिफोर रीपर्चेज ढूंढी बाय अप्लाइंग बीवीपीएस की फॉर्मूला। फिर आई फाउंड कि व्हाट इज माय बायबैक प्राइस, मैं बायबैक कितने प्राइस में कर रहा हूं फॉर वन शेयर। तो मुझे पता चला एक शेयर बायबैक करने के पीछे मुझे 500 रुपए देना है। तो ऐसे मैं कितने शेयर बायबैक कर रहा हूं? आई एम बायबैकिंग 25,000 shares. So my book value will get reduced by 125 lakhs. So my revised book value comes to 275 lakhs. That is value after repurchase. This is the book value of entire company. How much is my number of इक्विटी शेयर्स आफ्टर रीपर्चेज? तो 1 लाख में से 25,000 बायबैक कर लिया, बचे 75,367 फॉलोड 367 बुक वैल्यू पर शेयर 367। 4 लाइन में दे फाउंड द आंसर, बट वो जो 4 लाइन इज हमारा 4 स्लाइड। अंडरस्टूड? बिकॉज आई हैव टू एक्सप्लेन दिस इन डिटेल, दैट्स व्हाई। हाँ, सोल्यूशन भी ऐसा लिख सकते हो, नो वरीज इन दैट। Followed everyone? Any doubts, any concerns? So with this we end dividend decision chapter. So till now we have completed investment decision, dividend decision, and financing decision was already completed by you all. ठीक है, मतलब वो तो पहले ही हो चुका था। So three decision making is done. BOS email ID you will get in the website. You will get in the website. मुझे भी याद नहीं है एग्जैक्टली क्या है, बट आप वेबसाइट पे जाओगे इंस्टीट्यूट की बीओएस पोर्टल पे। हाँ, बायबैक से रिजर्व्स एंड इक्विटी शेयर। व्हाई? बिकॉज लेट्स से द फेस वैल्यू ऑफ द कंपनी इज 10 फॉर एग्जांपल, तो 10 रुपए के पीछे मैं 500 रुपया दे रहा हूं। आर यू फॉलोइंग? सो रिजर्व्स भी कम ही हो गए ना। नेक्स्ट विच चैप्टर? नेक्स्ट चैप्टर इज मैनेजमेंट ऑफ वर्किंग कैपिटल। ठीक है, okay tech team, I'm ending this session. Yes, done. Thank you.